How's it going, boys? Welcome back to the channel. If you missed out on the last episode, we figured out who we want to be on our roster. We had some decisions to make, and this is what the team's going to look like going into the regular season of 2029, 2030. So that's what the team's going to look like. But I did have a question that I posed to you guys at the end of last episode, and that was what we should do with our defensive defenseman who is an 81 or so overall here. I'm just going to pull him up real quick. And what we should do with Petri Louis. He's an 81 overall unsigned prospect. We drafted him in the 6th round. Defensive defenseman can definitely get it done on the defensive side, and we did have an answer about what we think we should do about it. So our good friend Fresh here says, I'd sign Louis and keep in the AHL, and if around the halfway point he's a top 4 defenseman, you could call him up. Keep Ball as a vet presence. I'd also put Boucher and or someone with net front X factors in front of the net on the power play. You could resign Sorokin if he's cheap as a backup for Vishnevsky, who is our young goaltender. So we're going to sign Petri Louis here and throw him in the AHL for now. And, you know, if he grows throughout the season, we can call him up. But if not, we can keep him down there in the AHL and have him playing good minutes. Okay, so I did the lines down there in the system. Fresh also said to look at a contract extension for Ilya Sorokin, but I think he wants quite a bit of money and his potential is actually dropping, so it's not bad money, but he's 34. I'm not sure about the contract extension for Sorokin quite yet, but I will say we do have an extension that we could give to Noah Dobson that looks quite promising here. He's basically the only important piece that we have to re-sign, and I'd be down to get him for like 4 years at around 5.5 million. How much does he make right now? He makes 6.6, so this would be actually a bargain. We could get him on a steal of a deal. I could get him for like 4 years at we could get him 5.25, but that seems a little too low for him. So let's go 5.45 mil for Noah Dobson for the next 4 years and see what he says to that, because that's a real good deal. And then we still have $10 million to play with next year to sign these guys. So we are definitely not in the cap trouble that we were in this most recent season here. But with all that being out of the way, guys, let's get the season underway. We had a few offseason videos in a row there, but now it's time we can just simulate and see how the team does. So let's go till the end of October here. Let's go watch the Tampa Bay game and see how the team performs. I hope we do well. Noah Dobson, easy decision. Thank you very much. So he's on a great discount for the next 4 years. And the Sens start the season off strong so far. 11-3 victory over Chicago. We are on a 7-game winning streak to start off the year here. Our first loss comes to the Pittsburgh Penguins, but a great way to start the year. And let's actually go watch the Washington game. I changed my mind there. That's 2 losses in a row, though 3 in a row after winning 7 in a row. So weird start to the season, but I still have faith in us. So let's watch this game. Here we go. First period, 1-0 for Washington. Dylan Strom's going to score on Ilya Sorokin there. Second period now, 4-2 for Washington. Jeff Skinner scores to give them a 2-0 lead. Pablo Kilgo brings it back within 1, but then Josh Mahora scores to get them their 2-goal lead back. Then Christian Havli to make it 1, and then Despres there scores on Ilya Sorokin. So come on, boys, we need an electric third period right here to get back in the game, and no, we do not get it. So 5-2 is the score for Washington. Another power play, we score on it this time. DeBrinket's going to score on Yusei Saros. Another power play, we score on that again, and now we're only down by 1. Here we go, boys. Damien Pascal puts us down within 1. No, we got to kill that penalty off, and now we got to score. Come on, power play. Oh my goodness, it goes nowhere, and we lose in crazy fashion there. 3 stars of the night. Pablo Kilger with 2 points, Dylan Strome with 3 points, and Boblov with 3 points as well. So an okay start to the year so far. We have 11 games played. Let me do the scouting. I gotta go to November 10th, and then I can do all the scouting for you guys, and I'll be back. Okay, that stuff's all out of the way now. It takes me about so long to do all that stuff, but here we go. We are back. I just want to make sure that auto rotate goalies is on, actually. And yes, it is. So let's go down here to the Nashville game. That'll take us to about 20 games, and then we can check the stats of the team. Get back on the winning horse, boys. There we go. That's what I like to see. And after losing 3 in a row, we now win 3 in a row. So that's very, very good to see. But then we lose and we win. So as long as we can keep a decent pace here, I'm totally happy with this roster as it is. 12-6-1 through 19 games. This will be our 20th game, so why not go in and watch it? No reason not to here. We are cruising through the season so far. So let's go. First period, 1-1. Philip Forsberg scores on the power play, but then Christian Havlid answers right back in his rookie season. Love to see that. Second period, 2-2. Okay. Colby Barlow, but then Tim Stützle answers back. So here we go. It's a 2-2 game, a close one, but then Tim Stützle scores his second of the night on Ilya Samsonov to get the Sens a 1-goal lead. Then Kasperi Kapanen, who has some, interesting stuff going on in the media with him recently. Pretty, if you guys know, I'll just leave it at that. It's 3-3 right now, though. Can the boys give me something late? Yes, we can. Dimitri Tutin scores with 1 minute, 13 seconds left in the game to get us the 4-3 victory. Let's go, boys. 3 stars of the night are Stützle with 2 goals, Tutin with the game-winning goal, and Philip Tomasino with 2 assists. The boys are clicking on all cylinders. And now it is time. Let's go check the stats. How has everybody been doing here? Ruslan Zadorov with 24 points in 20 games. That's a real good start for sure. He is now an 87 overall, medium elite. Love to see it. Next up, Alex DeBrincat on that first line doing his thing, 21 points. Pablo Kilger on the second line, 19 points in 20 games. That's fantastic. Same thing with Tim Stützle, 19 points in 20 games. Damien Pascal with 18. Thomas Chabot with 17 as well. Walker Reimer on the second line with 16. Good. Keegan Keatley with 13 on that third line. Love to see it. Robert Alfredson with 11 on the third line as well. Yeah, so that everybody's playing pretty okay. Dimitri Tutin, like to see more out of him. He's on that third line, only 6 points, but third line time, it's kind of hard to get him more ice time, so I'll take it, I guess. Berkeley Catton is a minus, as is Rasmus Anderson and Christian Havlid. Okay, I'll keep an eye on that. Jake Clemenson plus 10. Good season out of him so far. Don Ritchie's doing good in his rookie season, 5 points plus 3. Tyler Boucher with only 3 points in 20 games. Noah Dobson, same thing, only 3 points in 20 games, but plus 9 on that line with Jake Clemenson. So, he's in there for his defensive capabilities. Looking at goaltenders now, Ilya Sorokin has played 17 games. He has 11-5-1 with a shutout and a .914 save percentage. But hang on, don't be too caught up on Ilya Sorokin's numbers. That's an 83, because our 81 overall Marcus Vishnevsky is 2-1-0 with a shutout and a .959 save percentage. Only 1 goal against per game. So I'm gonna throw him in there for the next game. He hasn't been getting many starts, which I find kind of strange because Ottawa goalie is on. I did check that, so I'm gonna throw him in there for the next game up against Nashville, and we'll see how he does. I didn't see any big changes that need to be done. Let me just go through the plus minuses. Yeah, the fourth line is a little bit of a minus, which is kind of unfortunate. Defensively, though, I think we're okay. Everybody's plus, it seems like. Yeah, everyone's plus. Rasmus Anderson -1, but what are you going to do? There's always going to be somebody. No outrageous minuses, but I will keep an eye on this fourth line here with Berkeley Catton, who was a very high draft pick, but we got him on a good deal anyways, so 2.75 mil is pretty good for somebody who's medium elite. But Dimitri Tutin, I want to see more out of, only 6 points. Robert Alfredson playing very well. I like that. And Keegan Keatley is doing all right as well. So third line I'm okay with. I want to see more out of Dimitri Tutin. I want to see more out of Berkeley Catton and Christian Havlid. Get these guys plus, So other than that, though, let's continue simulating. Vishnevsky, actually, I should simulate to the date and then throw him in there to make sure that he gets that game. And, I don't want to go watch Nashville 2 games in a row, so but let me just throw him in there. Okay, Vishnevsky between the pipes for this game. Let's see how it goes. And it's now December 1st, 6-1 victory against Nashville. That's fantastic. And then we'll go, who's in the net? All right, we'll give Wisniewski the start here up against Toronto, and then the goalie should switch for the game against New York. That's a 5-2 loss. Okay, so now up against New York, back-to-back games, it's a 4-3 shootout loss. Okay, we are currently second in our division, 1 point back, but we have 2 games in hand over the Sabres. So let's just get simulating again here. We're up against Florida. Let's go down to where? Let's go see, I would want to go see the Red Wings, but they're a good team. Can we see a Stanley Cup rematch last year? We don't play Calgary for a little bit longer, so why don't we go see a good team? We could go see Winnipeg, I suppose. Yeah, let's go see Winnipeg. Or we could see Anaheim, our Stanley Cup rematch of 2 years ago. Let's do that. Why not? So let's hope the boys continue winning. That's a shootout loss, but point, I guess that's a win. And there's another win. Okay, yeah. So this team is cruising, man. We are a very, very good team. Stanley Cup defenders, so let's try to keep that going for now. We're on a pace for a very, very good season so far. I will stop it at the halfway point though, and so that we can see our total points and like where our projections are and things like that. So but before that, we are just winning, man. We're just winning constantly, which I love to see. So we'll go see Anaheim. And then it'll be, so we're at 36, so wait, we do our 36 points, right? Yeah, 36 games played, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. That'll be 41. So we'll go see Anaheim, then we'll go watch a week from now and see Seattle. Then we'll look over the stats and things like that. Look at the trade blocks throughout the trade deadline. You guys know how it is, and get your opinions on things like that. So here we are. I think we're in Anaheim in this game. First period, 1-0 to Anaheim. Jamie Drysdale scores on Ilya Sorokin. Okay. Second period now, 1-1. Pablo Kilger answers back on John Gibson. Pablo Kilger having a very good sophomore season this year. And Damien Pascal as well scores. He is the new $9.5 million man here in Ottawa. Mason McTavish scores on Ilya Sorokin to even things up though. Shots 36-23 in favor of the Sens about halfway through this third period. Will the power play be good for us? No, it will not. But hang on, are we going to extra innings? No, we're not. It's Alex DeBrincat who scores. But then Drake Batherson, of course, the former Sen who we traded to Anaheim. I completely forgot about that. He's going to score on his old team to tie things up in overtime. Should we jump into it? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's jump in. And here we are, we're in the Canadian Tire Center actually, so Drake Batherson gets a nice little package for him at the intermissions, you know, saying thank you for all his hard work that he did with Ottawa, but now it is overtime, and let's see, may the best team win. Zegras in with a shot, but that's saved from Sorokin. Here comes Tim Stützle. He's got DeBrincat on his left, but he dangles into Jamie Drysdale's stick, and he will easily pick that up for Elias Lindholm now. Lindholm into the slot to serve Trevor Zegras, but that gets blocked. These two teams know each other very well. They went to a Stanley Cup final in 2007 and then again in 2027, I think, maybe 20 years later. So these two teams are very familiar with each other here. And they definitely have a bit of a rivalry here as Drake Sanderson comes down. Come on, Jake. And no, he skates right into the opposition, and John Gibson will hang on. Batherson wins that draw, but Chabot picks that puck off. And now Chabot coming into the zone. He's going to find Pablo Kilger. Kilger with it. He finds Chabot in the slot shot. Good save from John Gibson, though, who will hang on to that. No, he won't. He plays it out to Drake Batherson, who sends it over to Perreault. And now Anaheim is out of their zone. Into our end now. Oh, and that's a penalty. That's going to be a slashing minor for Pablo Kilger. Wow. All right, here it is. Berkeley Catton on that draw, facing up against Drake Batherson. He wins it. Back to Noah Dobson. Dobson now trying to get it out of the zone, and he does. Now he's going to go in a little bit of a rush 1-on-4. No, he dumps that puck in, and he's just going to chase after it, even though he's a defenseman. Love to see that. Mason McTavish coming down low now. McTavish finds space, shot, but Sorokin is equal to the challenge. Face-off, tie-up. Sanderson helps out Dimitri Tootin in there, and Tootin now with the puck. Will he ice it, or will his AI brain decide to pass it up? No, he sends that up. Sanderson with it now. Over to Don Ritchie. First time seeing Don Ritchie, takes a shot, but John Gibson makes that save there. We still have another minute and 20 seconds on this power play, or penalty kill time. Good save from Sorokin. So let's try to kill this off. Tim Stützle up against Trevor Zegras. Stützle wins that to Rasmus Andersson. Andersson loses the puck to Lindholm though, and now here are the Anaheim Ducks to Lindholm. Shot! Goes through the legs of Sorokin, but he finds that puck somehow. Here's Berkeley Catton, who wins that draw to Rasmus Andersson. To Berkeley Catton, who's going to score on the penalty kill. Berkeley Catton having a very poor season, but he gets a game-winning overtime goal up against the Anaheim Ducks to get the Sens, I don't know, give us another win on the season, man. Berkeley Catton, what a goal from him. Wins the draw, finds the open space, and takes that one-timer to slide it past John Gibson for a Senators victory. And shots in that game end 50-33. Absolutely crazy stuff. And the Sens are victorious. Alright, so as I said before, we are going to simulate now to the Seattle game. Not the most exciting game as they are very below 500, but what are we going to do? We are 26-9-5, 40 games into the season. Is that good enough for... No, it's not. We are in the race for the President's Trophy, but we are not quite there. Let's go face Seattle, but I want to put Wisniewski in the net here. He hasn't gotten much time, so I definitely want to look at that. I want to get him some more ice time. I don't know why. Even there's only 2 overall between these two, but Sorokin has played 32 games and Wisniewski's only played 8. So definitely want to give Marcus a bit more ice time here. And it all starts with the Seattle game. So let's go watch it. Don't know if we'll jump in if it goes to overtime this time, but we will see. This is the 41st game of the season, and the first period's underway, and it's 1-1. Rudolph Balcer scores on Wisniewski, and Don Ritchie scores on Goddard there. Second period now, still 1-1. A low-shooting, low-scoring affair. As the third period commences, though, 32 seconds into it, Gentille's going to score, but then 2.5 minutes later, Damien Pascal puts one in to tie this game at 2s. Even, very, very even game here. Our penalty kill unit goes to work, and we kill that one off. Who's going to be my hero, Sens? Or are we going to go to overtime once again? We've had late heroes before. Dimitri Tutin? No. We go to overtime, and the winner of overtime is the Seattle Kraken. Scott Laughton scores with 2 seconds left on Wisniewski. But that game is not his fault. Team only scores 2 goals. Very hard to win a game when you only score 2 goals. Goddard has a great game, making 31 saves. Scott Laughton with the game-winning goal, and Gentile with a goal as well. So that's going to do the simulation portion of this video. But now it's time to take a look at the team stats, see who's performing for us, and see who is not. So let's look at the individual stats first. Why not? Alex DeBrincat on pace for a 52-goal season and a 100-point season. So that's incredible stuff out of him. The 32-year-old, he signed a new contract as well in the offseason, so a great season from him. Tim Stützle on pace for 84. Would that be a career high out of Tim Stützle? Yeah, I think it would be, which is insane because he scored 90 in the real world. Hasn't been simulating that well, but on pace for 84. Very, very good stuff. Ruslan Zadorov on pace for 82. Love to see that. Pablo Kilger is on pace for 74. Damien Pascal for 75. Thomas Chabot on pace for 62. That might be his career high as well. 52, 53. Yeah, that would be his career high, which would be very nice to see. Walker Reimer on pace for 60. So the top 6 is doing their thing, man. Alex DeBrincat has run away with this season somehow, which I'm very, very happy about. Keegan Keatley on pace for a 46-point rookie campaign. It's not bad whatsoever. Would like to see a little more, but he has 15 goals, 8 assists. Throw him on a line with Ruslan Zadorov, who, never shoots. He just kind of passes that puck, and, he'd get good numbers for sure. Jake Sanderson for 23, getting paid 11.075 mil. Want to see a bit more Jake, and Dimitri Tutin still a little bit more. Ooh, Robert Alfredson, excuse me. I feel like dropped off a cliff. I think he had like 11 or 12 points halfway through like 20 games in, so I don't think he performed very well in that second half of this video. Don Ritchie with 12, good. Berkeley Catton only a -1 now, 10 points though. I get that he's getting 4th line ice time, so I won't hold it up against him. Rasmus Andersson plus 10 now. I think he was a -1, so that's gone in the right direction. Noah Dobson with 9 points plus 15. Love it. Christian Havlat only 8 points in 41 games, but that's okay. Jake Clemenson doing his thing defensively. Tyler Boucher only 5 points in 41 games. All right, fair enough. Goaltending now, we see Ilya Sorokin having a great season. Probably one of the best seasons he's had in quite some time. 21, 7, and 4 with 2 shutouts, a .915 save percentage, and 2.44 goals against average. But don't sleep on this kid either. Marcus Vishnevsky, only 9 games played, but he's 5-2 and 2. He's got a shutout and a .926 save percentage with 2.06 goals against average. Smaller sample size, but still getting it done for sure. Sorokin, this is the best time he's simulated, maybe in the whole simulation period. 915 is pretty dang good, man, for the sim. Yeah, this is the best time he's simulated since the real world in 2021-22. So Sorokin finding his groove here with the Ottawa Senators, which I love to see. Let's go to the AHL actually and take a look at the defenseman down here, because I do want to check on Petri Louis. He's a defensive defenseman, still 81 overall halfway through the season, so we'll keep him down there for now. But he has 9 points in 33 games. He's a plus 13 as well. So getting it done defensively, which I desperately need to see out of him. So that's very, very good. His defensive stats, 4-star defense with 95 shot blocking. That's pretty crazy. But now let's look at the rest of the NHL here. Let's go to all skaters and take a look at who's leading the league in things, goals, assists, things like that. Points-wise, it's Martin Necas of the Carolina Hurricane. They are currently the President's Trophy. They're on President's Trophy pace right now. Austin Matthews and Kirill Kaprizov always here, this dynamic duo. Svechnikov on the Canes as well. Kirby Dach having a fantastic season. 51 points in 39 games for Kirby Dach. Then there's Alex DeBrincat. Love that. He's ahead of Nathan McKinnon for now. Kyle Connor's up here. David Pastrnak. So still the regular people. Clayton Keller up here, though. That's pretty cool. Moving down, we have Artemi Panarin. Cole Caulfield simulates well. Leon Draisaitl. Where is Connor McDavid? Is he not up here? There he is. 43 points in 40 games. Always simulates so strangely in EA. Who leads the league in goals? Now it's Austin Matthews, Nathan McKinnon, Alex DeBrincat up there, but Austin Matthews, on pace for 68 goals. That would be nuts. Who leads the league in assists? It's Kirby Dach. Wow, Kirby Dach, a passer in this universe. Who's he playing with? Oh, he's probably playing with Nathan McKinnon, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so current pace with Martin Necas, who's on pace for a 120-point season. That's nuts. Defensively, now the James Norris Trophy looks like it might be going to Brant Clark. Maybe Cale Makar can squeak in there. Ryan Merkley, also 36 points in 42 games for the 83 overall. Crazy stuff. Quinn Hughes, Adam Fox, Jacob Chychrun, Charlie McAvoy, Rasmus Dahlin. All right, so the usual suspects up here for sure, but look at that. Ryan Merkley is nuts with 36 points in 42 games, plus 25 as well. All right, next up, let's go goaltending, and Rodrigo Turnbull, who's an 83 overall starter, leads the league in wins, and he has a good save percentage and goals against as well, so that's pretty cool. Sorokin's up here, though. He has a better save percentage, and he has less goals against. So let's go all goalies who have played 20 games. Let's sort by save percentage. And okay, Vitek Vanacek's up here, Mackenzie Blackwood, but then, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Okay, so Sorokin's actually not really up there very much, but he does have the most wins out of all of these guys. So something to keep in mind. What about save percent or goals against average wise? Sorokin's at the top. So we have found a way to keep that puck out of our net, which I very, very much like seeing. That's fantastic. Let's go rookie skaters now. Because we're sorting by the lowest. I see. I understand. The most points by rookie people. Brendan Pera on the Seattle Kraken, a playmaker. 79 overall. Wow, he leads the league. Then René Despres, who was the first overall pick last year. I remember that. Keegan Keeley is up here, 23 points in 41 games for the 20-year-old sniper. Look at that 5-star shooting, man. If we get him on that second line or something in a few years, he will be a weapon for sure. There's also Robert Alfredson as well, 57 overall. Should we give him his dad's number 11 or nah? Or maybe his uncle's number 11 or something? I don't know. But that would be kind of cool. Marty Huey is here. Okay, Bradley Doughty. Love these names, man. And rookie goalies, it's Robert Offman is the only rookie goalie, but he's 19-12-1 with a 901 save percentage only in 3 goals against average. 19-12-1 is not a bad record for a rookie goaltender whatsoever. All right, but those were the stats of all the players. Now let's check. Oh wait, let's check the team stats. Always forget to do that. But let's check out the team statistics just in our division for now. Actually, let's go everywhere. Why not? We are 26, 9, and 6. We're third place in the NHL currently. Goals for, we're the second best goals for per game team, and goals against, we are the best goals against. We have the best defensive team in the NHL. It's very, very clear to see that. I mean, we're 0.3, actually no, 0.28 above the Edmonton Oilers, which is really cool. A very defensive team that we've built here somehow, which I'm really, really happy about because I wasn't expecting us to be that defensive. I thought we'd be okay, but not like that. What about, let's check power play. We have a 25.8% power play. Don't want to change that. That's best in the NHL. And our penalty kill is 87% as well, second best in the NHL. So we're flying, man. We're 11-6-2 at home. We're 15-3-4 on the road. We love playing away. Our last 10 were 7-1-2. So a very good 2029, 2030 season out of us. But let's check how we can improve. I'm not sure how we even could improve, but you guys let me know. What do you think we need on this team? And I'll show you guys the trade blocks. So in Anaheim here, they have some prospects. Arizona with prospects as well. Boston here with prospects. Let's start by overall. Buffalo prospects. Calgary, they have Semyon Argarchintsev, but don't want to take that salary cap on. Carolina with nothing. Chicago with nothing. Colorado here have some players. They've got Maverick Bork, who could be a depth player for us. Adam Gaudette as well. Sean Monahan here with some veteran depth presence if you guys want. Let's see. Sean Monahan, he has 11 points in 39 games, -6. All right. Columbus with some prospects. Dallas with Dominic Kubalik, current Ottawa Senator in the real world, but making $9.92 million as an 81 overall. No, thank you. Taylor Hall is here. Could be something. He's a playmaker. I thought he's more of a sniper, but what am I going to do? Detroit, Marco Kasper still on the block as an RFA. Now, I don't think we need more of a logjam in our middle six, but Marco Kasper would be crazy to add to this team. Obviously, he couldn't play this year. And to be honest, I don't think we really need him because we already have, we have Dimitri Tutin coming up, we have Ruslan Zadorov, and we have Tim Stützle as our top three. So I don't know where Marco Kasper would fit in. They also have Michael Bunting, who's on a $7 million deal for another year. Don't want to take that on. Edmonton with some prospects, Florida with some prospects, the Kings as well. Minnesota, even though they're one of the best teams in hockey, want to sell off Joel Eriksson Ek. Dylan Dubé is here. I like Dylan Dubé, man. He's a pretty decent two-way guy. Braden Tracy, Ryan Donato, Sam Steele. Okay, they have some players here. A lot of guys with term here in Minnesota, so we'd have to think about that. Montreal have Mikey Anderson, a left defenseman, 84 overall. That's pretty cool. $5 million for the next year, though. They also have some other depth defensemen that we can pick up. Timothy Liljegren, Nick Hague. They have Ross Colton, who could be a player for us. He's not even playing either, so could be maybe like a depth pickup if we get any injuries or anything like that. Philip Broberg here as well. Nashville now, they want to give up Samuel Girard, but I can't take that contract on. They have some other depth pieces here as well. Matthew Dumba here as well in particular, which kind of intrigues me. Kind of dropping off, but still he's Matthew Dumba. The New Jersey Devils have Gabe Vilardi, Andrew Mangiapane, Elias Anderson and Cody Glass. Cool. The Islanders with Romanov making. We always make deals with the Islanders, man. We love what the Islanders have. We took Sorokin from them. We took Noah Dobson from them as well. So I love the Islanders, dude. The Rangers with some prospects. Andre Kasha in Philly. Pittsburgh have Troy Terry at $11 million for the next 3 years. Jesse Alinen, Danton Heinen as well. Okay. San Jose with Gustav Forling, Ilya Mikheyev. That's a pretty good deal for Ilya Mikheyev. Vladislav Gavrikov, Ryan Merkley is on their block, and he's like one of the best defensemen in hockey. 36 points in 42 games, plus 25 as an 83 overall. That's crazy. But he is on his deal for another $5.8 million for another 3 years, so let's keep that in mind if we want to go after him. The Seattle Kraken have some prospects. Seattle with Sam Reinhart, Vladimir Tarasenko, one more year at $4 million. Arturi Lehkonen, Dougie Hamilton. Oh, Dougie Hamilton, always a good offensive defenseman, but I guess he's two-way in this game. I thought he was offensive, my bad. Tampa Bay, Tony D'Angelo, no thank you. Mikhail Sergachev, it's okay, but we tried to pick up Victor Hedman, and that did not go well. Adam Pelech here. I like Adam Pelech. He's got the X factors as well, defensive defenseman. Okay, Toronto Maple Leafs, Morgan Riley. Wow, we could get a Morgan Riley for 1 year, 86 overall. We have to try to make the money work somehow. But he's an amazing defenseman, 86 overall, 35 years of age, 7.5 mil for the next year. We'd have to give them salary as well because we only have 2 mil to spend. Yeah, and it's also in our division, so that'd be kind of scary. Who do they want? Of course, they just want our all-stars, right? That makes sense. Okay. So we'd have to be, I don't know who would give up. We'd have to give up some salary for sure, but so I don't know if that's going to work. But it's interesting, and he's on their block, so you guys can let me know if I can try to make it work. I guess Bobby Brink here, Ivan Provorov, no. Jake Evans, yeah, Jake Evans, Igor Sharangovich, Alex Tuck, Jason Barron, or Justin Barron, sorry. In Vancouver, they have prospects. In Vegas, they have Nolan Patrick for the next 2 years at 5.925 as an 89 overall. That's pretty cool. Good for him. He overcame his injury troubles, I suppose. Martin Kaut is here. Noah Hannafin is here. Mark Stone is here as well. Mark Stone bringing back to Ottawa for one last cup run. Could be a storyline. Could very well be a storyline. Doesn't have an extension. 37 though. Again, I don't know how the money works out though. Shea Theodore is here. Jacob Bernard Docker is here. Okay, cool stuff. Washington with nobody on the block, and Winnipeg with some prospects. So those are the trade blocks around the NHL. You guys let me know what you think of that. Do you think we should pick anybody up, sign anybody? Bring anybody back, maybe bring Mark Stone back, things like that. Morgan Riley was interesting to me. There's also just some depth guys we could go after in case of any injuries, which is probably the way that we will lean. Don't need any big changes to this team because we are 26, 9, and 6. So we're a very good team. We're a competitive team. Just need a few little tweaks to make us a bit better, but you guys let me know what you think. If you like the video, give it a like, comment if you're new, and subscribe, all that stuff. You guys know what to do though. You've been on YouTube for long enough, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Peace out.